Crafters, Arctic Shark Games here, coming at you with another tutorial for Minecraft Bedrock Edition commands. Today's tutorial is going to be on selling enchanted books or other unique items such as the mending book using an NPC structure load. So first off, you're going to want to go ahead and choose the type of books that we're going to be selling. First, we're going to sell a mending book as an example here. So to sell a unique item such as a mending book, you can do a clone chest as in my previous video, or if you want it to appear directly into the player's inventory, we can do a mending book. Real quick before we get into it, I will demonstrate how the end result looks here. So we have a little NPC vendor, and in the dialogue I can go ahead and click mending, and when I click mending and I don't have enough money, it's going to pop up and say not enough coins, because as you can see that costs 1,000 and my player only has 500. So we'll go ahead and real quick and give myself some points. So now I have 1,500 coins, which is plenty for a mending book here on this vendor, and I hit mending book and a second mending book appears directly in my inventory. Now we have a few different things going on in that. First, let's start off with getting an actual structure set up for us for later. So you're going to want to and get yourself a structure block, which if you're not familiar with a structure block, you can go ahead in the chat and go /give self structure block. Alright, and then I have given myself a fresh structure block. When you put the structure block down, it's going to be a good size structure, but we want it to be a little tiny box like that right there. So what you're going to do is go in here and you're going to put a offset of +1y, and then you're going to take the size and you're going to bring that down to 1 on the x, 1 on the y, and also 1 on the z. And if you've done that correctly, you should end up with a little box like this that's only 1 box wide. And then here's mine. I named my structure mending, all lowercase letters, so you can go ahead and type in the name of your structure there, and you're going to want to note that down for later. So mending, all lowercase, is how I have mine typed. Then when you're ready, you're going to go ahead and throw the mending book inside. Oh, I missed there. You're going to go ahead and throw the mending book inside of the square, and when it's floating around like that, you should be able to open up the structure block and you can actually see it floating around in there. If you see it floating around, you're going to want to go ahead and hit save. So now that I've saved my floating mending book, I'm going to just throw this other one away so we don't get confused later. And I picked it back up. So now that we have our mending book saved there, we're going to want to get ourselves an NPC next. So to get an NPC, if you're not familiar with that, the easiest way I find to do that is just to go ahead and go /summon NPC, and then do your coordinates, and then a random NPC will appear. You can go ahead and pick block them so that you'll have an NPC spawn egg, and then you can go ahead and put them wherever you'd like to. Now the first thing that we need to do is when we're setting up this system, we need to note the actual set of coordinates that the NPC is located on, or you can note the entity name, but for our video you're going to note the NPC's coordinates, which is 235, 4, 104. So you can write down your coordinates, and then you're going to need to set up a row of commands in this shape here, and we're going to set that up in a ticking area. So if you guys aren't familiar with setting up a ticking area, you're going to want to have one in a secure room, and just real quick you're going to go /ticking area, add circle, and then you're going to choose the center of the circle, which is where you're standing. And then you can choose a radius, which usually you might want to choose 4 if you're going to do a bunch of NPCs, but you can choose down to 1. And then you can choose a name, NPC, and then you would hit enter. I'm not going to hit enter because I already have a ticking area here. But anyways, now you have these commands located in a ticking area, you have an NPC set up, and you have yourself a structure ready to go. So what this basically does here is we're going to be setting redstone from the NPC. We're going to have that be a command that sets redstone block right here. So you're going to want to jot down these coordinates. 246, 4, 103 is what mine are. And then we're going to head on back over to the NPC, and you're going to go into your advanced settings, and then you're going to type a command in there, /set block, the coordinates that you just wrote down, and then redstone _ block. And then you're going to put that on button mode. You're going to write your description and your price, and then it should pop up in the NPC dialog like that third button right there, it looks like, and mending. $1,000. And then you got that all set. You can, if you'd like to, go ahead and test and have this set a block of redstone. If it's done correctly, it should set the block of redstone into this position right here. And then we're going to set up 3 little rows of commands. The first row of commands is just one command block, impulse unconditional needs redstone, / set block, and tilde tilde tilde, -1 air. Now this command isn't always going to be the same. This depends on how you're oriented in the world. You'll notice that I am going -1 on the third tilde. What that means there is it's -1 on the Z. So you can see that mine's actually going down 1 on the Z. So you're going to want to figure out how your command blocks are orientated in the world, and you're going to need to set air in one direction next to this command block, however you'd like to. In any case, it should activate, and when you put a block of redstone in here, which we'll just demonstrate right now, this command block will erase it. After that happens, each command runs one time. On this chain here are the failure commands should a person not have enough money, and then here are the success commands. So we'll start off real quick with a scoreboard test on the failure command. So this first one is impulse unconditional needs redstone, and it's important to put a delay of 2 ticks on this. You're going to want to make sure that these run not all at the exact same time so you don't get a little mix up in your messages. So you're going to run 2-tick delay, and the command here is / scoreboard players test at P, and then this set of coordinates here is x = y = z =. Those coordinates are the actual location that the NPC is, where the actual vendor will be, where the radius = 3, coins 0, 999. So what that is there is it's testing anyone who has 0 coins all the way up to 1 coin underneath your price. So my price is 1,000. We're testing for 999. So if anyone's within that scoreboard range, these next 2 commands will run. These are optional commands here. You don't have to do this failure thing here, but I think it looks pretty cool when you do. Anyways, this one is a chain conditional, always active, no delay on ticks, and it's / play sound, mob gas charge at P. X = the same set of coordinates that the NPC is located, y = z =, and then a radius of 3, and then that plays a scary sound at the person telling them they don't have enough money. And then this one is / tell at P, the same set of coordinates with a radius of 3, not enough coins. And then you can accomplish that red if you'd like by adding this little color symbol in there with a lowercase c. There's lots of different options for colors. And then that is your chain of commands for failure. Should the person have enough money, this set of commands will look like this. Impulse unconditional needs redstone with no tick delay, and it's / scoreboard players test at P, the same set of coordinates, r = 3, coins 1,000. That's the actual price that you set over at the NPC. And then this one actually is going to remove the coins, chain conditional, always active, / scoreboard players remove at P, the same set of coordinates, r = 3, coins 1,000. So now you've taken 1,000 coins away from the person. And then this one here, you're going to be loading a structure at the player. So you're going to want to choose a location next to the NPC's booth that won't cause damage. So I chose right here, and I jotted down these coordinates, 237, 4, 103. So that set of coordinates is what we're going to use for this command here. So you're going to execute at P, 237, 4, 104 is where the player is standing over there. So that's within a radius of 2 of where your person stands, tilde tilde tilde, / structure load, my structure, ... and then that structure we wrote down earlier, mine was called mending, all lowercase. You're going to put that there, and then that set of coordinates we just jotted down where nothing's going to get damaged next to your person, next to your vendor and your person rather, is for me 237, 4, 103. So just in case that sounded a little bit confusing, the first set of coordinates in that command is where I'm standing on the gold block. The second set of coordinates in that command is where your actual structure is going to load, and then load a structure at the person exactly like this. And then after the person successfully had the structure loaded to them, you're going to tell the person at that same kind of coordinates where the NPC is, a radius of 3, mending book is received, and then I used a lowercase a to get that green. And then I chose a level up sound. Again, these are chain conditional, always active. Play sound, random dot level up at P, same set of coordinates with a radius of 3. So now what that looks like inside of my bigger command rooms is I will typically set these NPCs up on a structure and then save them, and then when I'm ready and all the commands are preloaded, I'll go ahead and click them over here and actually load the NPC in. That way I have a backup copy of the NPC, and then if I've done anything like clone chest, I'll store those nearby as well. And then I have this stack here because NPCs can hold up to 6 commands. So if you watch my previous few videos, you have a few options on giving players items directly, structure loading items as in this video, or you can clone chest items to them. In any case, you can do 6 different change of commands. So this is sort of how I store them in my command rooms. Well, in any case, I hope you guys liked the video today. If you found the video helpful, please go ahead and like and subscribe over here at Arctic Shark Games on Twitch and Arctic Shark Games on YouTube.